With the doghouse, you need to print out the elements that come with it, and remember that you've got one of the panels saved over. This doubles up with the cat basket as well. Now this is very, very simple to make. One thing you'll notice that the roof, you can print it and it has guidelines to show you where to go. If you don't want to print the whole of this panel, the darker panel, you can print just the green lines, and these are just going to show you roughly approximately where things go, because things jiggle a little bit about in the printer, so we can't guarantee that's going to be totally accurate when you underprint it on the second side. Okay, so where to start? Well, what we're going to do is make a box up out of these elements here, and as we can see, basically I'm going to just put these two elements together, a little bit of glue on that tab, and we're going to make this up just really as a very simple box. So some glue onto there, line that up, and that'll just go up to the line there. A little bit of pressure, hold it down and let that glue nice and dry. When that's dry, we can flip it over, just fold those corners in like so, and we can see that creates the rest of the box. So a little bit of glue again. I suggest you put some paper under here just in case you go over. I'm just doing this for speed rather than accuracy. Underneath that goes there, that all then lines up, and again some pressure on and let that dry. So when that's dry and that's all held firmly, it will create a box like so. And then what we're going to do is put our back panel on there as well. So while that's just sort of going on the way, I'm just going to put 4 dobs of glue, as it were, on each corner here, here and here, and just begin that sort of process. This just strengthens everything up, and our final panel, which is going to go on there, actually squares it all up, if that makes sense as well. So I'll pop that on there. Just put a bit of squeeze on there, just get that glue drying nicely. Very, very simple. And then while that's setting, I'm just going to put some more glue all around here, and then the base panel will go on. That will hold it into position. You can either have the wood facing inwards if you want to, or outwards. Just for this example, to make it look a little bit nice for the camera view, I'm going to pop that on there. As with the cat box, if you've made that, this will just be fractionally smaller than the box, so don't worry about it. And then I'm just using a pencil here, put some pressure on it, open it up there, and just help that to all glue nicely like so. A little bit of pressure squeezes some of the excess glue out. Lets that dry, and as you can see now, we've got our dog box. Now we've got a red line here that needs to be cut, but what we're going to do is actually fold and glue this panel in. So actually it would have perhaps been better to have done that. I've missed that bit out, but we should, while it was flat, we could have slipped a little bit of the cutting mat in there, but not to worry. What I'm going to do now is just glue that. It's coming away from the edge there. I'm working very, very quickly. You need to let your glue dry. That goes over. Hold it down like so, and then very carefully with a craft knife, I'm going to just pop this line in here. This is what's going to hold the lid, or the roof as it were, on. So a little fold along the line there. So should have really done this beforehand, so I'm going to warn you, once you watch this, don't make the same mistake I did. There we go. That's going to allow that to go in there. That's all together nicely. So this is the part, actually, it's going to go onto the roof, and then that's just going to slide into there and hold the whole thing together, so you can open and close it like so. The next thing to do is to put on our two side panels that we've got here, and they're just going to line up with the side of the box, the doghouse there. So again, just put some glue onto here, and you'll notice there's a green line. That's really just to allow that to see where it goes. Let me pop that on the edge there. I mean, it's fairly obvious because then actually the panel runs out, as it were. That just lines up there like so, and you can see the green line. Just pop it underneath, a bit of pressure, and let that stick with the glue there like so. You've got a little bit of time just to manipulate that, and do the same again for the other side. So some glue onto that panel. I've pre-scored it and I've folded it. I've done all of that before I started. You can see it's all been cut out and done, and then that just rests in there. And I'll just give that a moment and let everything just dry off for a few minutes, just to get its strength with the glue once it's set. Now these panels, side panels, give a little bit of extra strength. So what I'm going to do, and you could actually probably again just do this before you stick it down, but I'm just going to put those over a little bit of glue and hold it, and that just gives some strength now to those end panels. So I'll go on and do the same to the other one. You can see here a little bit of glue on there, glue into there, fold those over and just glue those down, and that, as I said, will just give our end panel here a little bit more strength and support. My end panels are now glued on. We've got a nice firm box. The next thing to do is just to glue this panel here. Put a little bit of glue onto there, and you can see I've got two green lines on the roof. What I'm going to do is just line this one up approximately there with that green line, and just kind of balance it half, just judge by eye where the overhang of the doghouse is. I'm going to have a little bit more at the front than the back, and that just sits on the green line there. Now to make sure that's in the right position, that should come up, and those 2 points should just touch there, if that makes sense, like so, which it does. So I'm happy with that. That's just a little test. Now this is going to come in and just slot in to the roof. So again, some glue onto there, twist that over, and it might be easier just to do it upside down. We just want to line it up with that part there, so that lines up. If you can see the green line there, let's just show you like so. So with my glue behind it, a little bit of pressure. Okay, this is our final doghouse box here. You can see now the lid's dried onto there, that's lined up to that line, that's to there, and then that just slots in to that little slot covered by the roof, and then we've got our box in which to put our dog. That makes a really lovely gift box, I think.